There's certainly a lot of fear in the streets right now in the crypto market as Bitcoin dipped to $80,836 and has since crept back up actually fairly nicely to over 85,000 currently. Pretty big dip, and a lot of the alts which were already hit and already hammered and already pretty much tired of the downside, we're taking a little bit more of a hit. And that's just par for the course here. It's what happens when Bitcoin gets hit. But what is causing this? And is this the end of the 4-year cycle? Is this the end of the bull market, the bull run that we had going on here for, well, really since election of last year, with a lot of ups and downs in the meantime? And I'm here to tell you that I don't believe there is a 4-year cycle anymore. There's a lot of people going back and forth. The 4-year cycle, is it broken? Is it no longer in existence? And the reason I think it's no longer in existence is because we have had so many Bitcoin treasury companies, so many ETFs that have come into the market, and Ethereum treasury, Solana treasury, Doge treasury, Tau treasuries, HBAR treasury companies. There's a treasury company for a ton of different cryptos out there. I think even Litecoin has treasury companies as well. And with all of this money coming in there, institutional money, and with the Stablecoin Act that we had here in the US, I think it's effectively destroyed the 4-year cycle. We had the 4-year cycles ever since 2009 when Bitcoin came about. And, we had the big cycles in 2017, we had 2013, 2017, and we had 2021. And 2025 was supposed to be the equinox year going on and, get major upside and big altcoin play. And we only had a few altcoins really run. I think the big winners of this cycle so far in the altcoin space were SUI, which has lost most of what it gained, XRP, which is still holding pretty steady, close to that $2, XLM, HBAR, a couple of others have had some nice little runs here. Solana up and down, but Solana's been beaten down very much so over the past 3 months, really. And it's probably goodbye. What it's created, this market has created a lot of great opportunities out there. And I'm not going to give you financial advice. Do what you want with your money. And if you need to protect it, make sure you protect it. If you've got bills to pay for things, make sure you take care of them first and foremost. But if you're talking about investment funds, it is an investment opportunity. What do we have now? Fear and greed is down to 14. I saw one of the sites had it at 11. That is at extreme fear. So you can't get much lower than what we got now. So we are at extreme fear. And what the saying is, buy when there's blood in the streets. And right now we have blood in the streets, and sell when we have a lot of euphoria out there in the market. Be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. Just remember that. That is very important in investment advice for anything that you're in, whether it's real estate, stocks, gold, silver, cryptos, whatever you're into. It's just good sound advice. You want to buy when nobody else really wants to, and you want to sell when everybody else wants to buy. So keep that in mind. Very important. Probably the best piece of advice I can give you. I don't know whether you want to buy right now, but for me, the buying opportunities, there are several tokens I'm looking at adding potentially more of. Solana is one of them. Tau, which is BitTensor, is one of them. Potentially a little bit more HBAR. XRP, even XRP is kind of still held steady, so I probably don't want to go on that one as much, but maybe some SUI. Chainlink, definitely. Chainlink is here to play. I'm going to be doing a video about Chainlink here in the short term, as well as XRP. And probably XLM as well. I'll probably do it in no sequence there. These are some of the older coins that have great use cases that have a lot of people don't know about unless you've been in the crypto space for a while like I have. And I just want to show you some of the really good tokens to be in, ones that have a bright future, and just give a breakdown of what they actually do. But let's talk a little bit more about what's going on in the markets. And I think there's a lot of market manipulation out there. But before I get into what I think is the market manipulation, one of the things that the media is talking about that has wreaked havoc in the markets, just in general, is Japan's big stimulus. I think it's $273 billion stimulus bill, which they're saying that is to combat inflation, out of control inflation. Well, throwing more money at old bad money is not a good idea. To me, it's just going to continue the inflation bomb that they have going on. But they've had this going on for a very long time, and they're trying anything, I think, to try to ease the market and make things better for them. And it's hitting all markets right now. It wreaks havoc. The markets hate uncertainty, and this is uncertainty. So that is part of it for sure. But I think the biggest part of what we got going on now is market manipulation, and it's not complete evil manipulation. But what I want to say is, like, you got companies like BlackRock, these big hedge funds that have bought a lot of Bitcoin. So they are selling right now. And this could be coordinated selling to really drive the price down. They're taking profits. They're all taking profits, making the money they've done, which is what you need to do in crypto. When you make good profits, take profits. Something I've never really done. I've only done it on occasion, and something we all need to be better at. But BlackRock, of course, looking out for its investors. So they're going to take profits. And a lot of whales, I've noticed too. I don't know whether whales got some inside information. More than likely they did. That's why I say this is somewhat coordinated. People are saying, hey, you might want to sell some of your Bitcoin right now because the price is going to come down. And whales will go, all right, I'll sell some and I'll just buy some more back when it's cheaper. And I think that's what we got going on now. So that's a big part of what I think we have going on. We know that JP Morgan constantly crashes the silver markets, and silver's been on a tear lately, reaching, I think, a high of 54 recently and sitting around 50 right now. So they may manipulate that one again, but right now there's just so much demand that it's probably offsetting what they could do to manipulate. There's a lot of global demand from countries, from individuals and investors out there. It's a safe haven. Gold and silver are safe havens. So that's why they've done so well over the past year, for sure. And they've been some of the darlings of the past year as far as investments. Good thing I do own them. I'm happy I do. And let's talk about what else is involved besides the market manipulation. And we had the October 10th event. So that October 10th flash crash, that is still affecting people, and in a negative way, right? The psyche of people. So it takes time to build that back up. And that we're dealing with it again here, or is there another shoe to drop? And I think what we got here is probably the final shoe to drop. I was listening to my trusted technical analysis guy, Marty Hibbs, who's fantastic. Bullshift 2020, quick shout out to him. He has a great program. You can pay and follow him weekly. He gives multiple updates per week. But basically what he said right now, he had a target of anywhere from 85 to 92 on Bitcoin. And if it goes lower, he said it could absolutely go into the lower 70s, 72 to 76 range is a possibility. And he thinks that would be very quick and it would fire right back up if that happened. But he believes we're going to hit the bottom of Bitcoin. And we may have already done it today at 80,836. But he believes we are going to be at the bottom, already have bottomed out by Tuesday, end of day. So end of day Tuesday, we should know if we're moving up here and we've hit our low. That's at the latest, right? We should know. We could know it could be today, it could be Friday. So we'll see. We'll see how this weekend plays out. Weekends can wreak havoc here. We're coming into the holidays. The holidays definitely wreak havoc in the markets. And there's a lot of stuff that goes on there. So be ready. Could be more shakeouts. But if you have dry powder and you're looking for opportunities, there are some very good opportunities out there. But I would stay in the top echelon of crypto, the top 20. I would definitely focus on those ones that have good use cases. Even something like Doge, it's actually held up fairly well considering all things, even though it doesn't really have much of a use case other than people really like and enjoy it. It's the number one community token, I would say, as far as that would be in one of those meme coins. What else do we have going on in the market? I think that's pretty much it. So we have a lot of market manipulation that's going on. We have extreme fear in the market. And we have a lot of potential upside here in the market. And I'm looking this as a buying opportunity. I'm not sure how you feel, but I do feel this weekend, and maybe you wait until Tuesday, Wednesday next week. And by then, I've already bought some TAL, some BitTensor. I've done a transfer and sold some before, did some tax harvesting and took a little loss, and now bought back. And I bought back more than what I had, luckily, because the market had tanked a bit here. But took advantage of that opportunity. You never know when you can get that opportunity. Remember, tax harvesting is a very important thing. For those people that don't know what tax harvesting is, in cryptos, you can do this. In stocks, you can't. So if you sell your stocks, you can't buy them back for 30 days or more. Cryptos, you can sell and take losses and then buy them right back that same day if you want to, or wait a day or two. So take advantage of that until the new crypto legislation comes in. You could do that. It's a great thing. Take advantage of that opportunity if you can. Remember, there is fear right now, but I want you to be greedy when others are fearful. So look at some of your favorite projects, at what you want to buy into. I think we're at good price points. And again, not a financial advice here. This is just something it's my gut feeling, feels pretty good here. And hopefully we start moving back up and we start seeing a consolidation from gold, silver, and Bitcoin into some of these good altcoins. And we start to have a run potentially into the altcoins, and maybe we'll eventually start to see alt season. That's our hope. Anyway, hopefully you guys got something out of this. If you did, make sure you click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.